Howdy folks, it's DIECAST here again, and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Season Mode. It's time for race 13 out of 36, the New Hampshire 300. And yeah, you might be thinking, why is race 13 of the Winston Cup circuit New Hampshire? And here it is right here. This is the reason why. So, with Dover no longer being on the schedule, yes, I know, there's some people who like Dover, with Dover not being on the schedule, after the Coke 600, which Jimmy Johnson won, and it was a terrible race for us, I might add, New Hampshire replaces the spring-summer transition race at Dover. After that, Pocono 500, that's going to be fine. And then back to Michigan, where we're really freaking good at Michigan. And then, of course, Infineon Raceway, which leads us into the 3 wild card race stretch. Infineon, Daytona Road Course, and then the Pepsi 400. So we got some cool events coming up. We're going to be running just the normal Sitco colors. Let's go to New Hampshire. Alright guys, so we qualified on pole. No surprise there. I want to win this race, man. We're 9th in standings. We're about 200 out. We want to get into the summer stretch of the season. And this is that transition race into that portion of our schedule, and I want to make sure we're in contention when we hit the Southern 500 at Darlington. That's when the championship, I would say, hunt really starts, and it's going to begin here at New Hampshire. We got to get through the summer months. Let's go ahead and get ready for the New Hampshire 300.
Welcome to the New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the New Hampshire 300. Barney, the fans are packed in and ready for the action. What do you think about this track?
Well, gear selection is everything here at New Hampshire. Very important to be able to accelerate out of these tight corners. The danger is picking too low of a gear and hitting the top end too early on the straights and blowing an engine.
Jeff Burton had a great run in qualifying this week.
Man, let me tell you, I got to watch him make this qualifying run, and he was a very happy man when he got out of that car. Maybe this will turn this string of bad starts around.
Steve Park must have had problems in qualifying this week.
Yeah, he's definitely not used to having to pick through traffic so early in a race. This could make it an exciting race for him, or it could be disastrous. You just never know when you start in the back.
An unusual back-of-the-pack start for Kyle Petty.
You're right, it's going to be tough for him. You get so used to starting up front, and then you have an off week and you have to start towards the back. Then when race day comes, you feel like you passed 1,000 cars at the end. And worse yet, sometimes you never make it to the front.
Engines are fired here, and once again, it's Ganassi with Jimmy Spencer and Roush Racing with Jeff Burton on the front row. This 41 car, man, let me tell you, he has been so fast on Friday. I mean, every time he is always up there, it seems. Can't get it done during the, race trim, but qualifying trim, one of the hottest cars in the garage area. But, this is going to be a new kind of a scenery, We're racing New Hampshire in very late spring, before Pocono. It's kind of different, and I like it. Let's go ahead and get racing here. Green flag, 30 laps around here, and I feel very confident with our race trim speed. Qualifying trim, obviously we got the pole, but I feel confident with our race trim, as we just completely blew the competition out of turns 1. Wow. Now, of course, I don't know if this is going to be like a domination style race, or is this going to be more close, but it looks like it's going to be a domination style race, kind of like the Day Richmond one. Alright guys, so we've pretty much been dominating this race. And we're getting a little closer to the pit stops. We're halfway on a tank of gas, and we're at lap 10. So what that's telling me is that we have 20 laps on board. So if we really wanted to, we could go ahead and pit now. I mean, I don't know if I want to do that. I think that's a little too risky because if a caution comes out, you get trapped. I think we just, I think we just gotta just hit our mark, pit at the right time, which generally is the second group of cars that come down pit road. So that's probably what we'll do. Right now, I mean, our car, man, let me tell you, this car is just, it is just flying around this joint, and we are just dominating, just sheer domination here in New Hampshire. And I'm chasing a championship, I'm chasing that championship as our tires begin to degrade. I want to win, I want to win Jeff Burton a championship. This is our, God, man, our third season. Yes, our third season on this game, and I want to win a championship, I've been trying hard. Season 1 was terrible. Season 2, we got so much better. Season 3, I mean, who knows how it's going to shake out. We had it in Season 2. Like, we legit had the championship, and I blew it. I blew it, so I'm hungry. I want to win it. So our tires are pretty darn worn now. We're on lap 13 out of 30. I would not be surprised if people started pitting. Because, I mean, realistically, we can make it on fuel. Yeah, as I mentioned, now they are getting on pit road. I'm not going to pit yet. Maybe in 2 laps. Just depends how many cars are down pit road, because I don't want to lose too much time. I want to just be able to maintain this lead. Car's not rotating like it wants. It's got a little forward bite, but, still not where I'd like it. Nah, just kidding, man. This car is perfect, honestly. Tire wear is the only thing that's affecting it. Besides that, fresh Goodyears, this car's money. You've seen how I just completely drove away from 2nd and 3rd place at the start of the race. So, yeah, we'll get it down pit road in a lap or 2. Looks like everyone else is waiting to at least the halfway mark, which is pretty smart. Means you'll have fresher tires for the end of the run. Let's go ahead and get a 2nd place to 5th place update. Earnhardt Jr., Wallace, Johnson, and Rudd. And Johnson won last week's race at the Coke 600, so possibly getting back-to-back top 5s? Who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Yes, we've been in our pit window, guys. The crew chief is letting me know. But we're going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and pit now. Let's go ahead and get our service done. I don't see why not. Go ahead and get our service done. No damage to report. Car's just, I mean, it's perfect, man. Don't touch the car, just put Goodyears, put some gas in it. Let's go. Come on, guys, just good, clean pit stop. It's really nice seeing that car in good shape, honestly. And I love that attention to detail EA did with their NASCAR games, is that even though your car's clean, you can see the dirt and grime on the front of it. Like, I love that. Like, you notice at the start of the race, the cars are clean, but as you run, they do get a little bit of dirt on them. I love that. But so far, so good, but I'm going to cycle out, and let's try to run some qualifying laps. Sue's out front, so it looks like Earnhardt, Johnson, or not Johnson, is it Johnson? Let's see. Yeah, Johnson and Wallace. I know Earnhardt and Johnson haven't pitted yet, but I don't know about Wallace. I don't think so. Oh, car a little loosey-goosey. So yeah, definitely, you gotta get the tires a little bit scuffed. Once it's a little scuffed, and it's much better. Like, when the tires are first, off the pit wall, so to speak, they're kind of loose. They're kind of loose, but once they get a little bit of wear on them, they kind of tighten up, and you get that perfect groove where the car just rotates so well, and you're able to get such a forward bite, off each straightaway, and it really makes the difference. So here comes the rest of the field down pit road here at New Hampshire. I mean, this is kind of a unique event now. Or not necessarily unique, but a unique feeling, because this race usually is ran after Daytona, after, after kind of like that June month. It's kind of ran in the middle of July, and then they go back in the fall. Well, the fall race is gone, the July race is gone, so I moved it up to the last, weekend of spring. And it's a little bit of a unique atmosphere, and that's something I wanted to do with this series, is that I wanted to be able to make these these schedules for the races to be able to have a little bit of something different to look forward to in each season, but keeping it realistic. You know, like NASCAR, they do change the schedule here and there, and sometimes they change race dates that have been around for a long time. That's part of it, unfortunately. But that's just kind of what I do with this series, is we're going to cycle out to be the leader as we got some lap down cats. We got the rookie down there in the Monte Carlo, go around on the outside if we can get a good run. Hopefully he doesn't run us. Actually, screw that. Let's just go underneath them. Let's just go ahead and put the cat a lap down. Sorry, bud. Gotta do what I gotta do. And looks like Ford actually might win the Manufacturers Championship. I mean, we've been running really good. Win the Manufacturers Championship. And hopefully we can get that done. And then we got Bobby Hamilton over here in the Square D Monte Carlo. I mean, across the board, Chevrolet, they have not been that good. They really haven't. Besides Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon, it's been pretty much non-existent for them. They have not had one cat to go out there and really dominate. I mean, Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, they're in Pontiacs. You know, RCR. I can't remember the last time Kevin Harvick won a cup race on this playthrough. So when you look at it across the board, Chevrolet has been, in my opinion, one of the worst, if not the worst. Because Tony Stewart's won a few races. Jeff Gordon's won a few races. Wallace has won some races. You know, he's won some. Sterling Marlin's won some. And you look across the board, Ford and Dodge are the top two in this playthrough. Of course, Dodge changing up their, you know, their lineup with Scott Wimmer, and right in front of us, it's the Sirius satellite radio Dodge of Jamie McMurray, as he's getting a little physical with old Elliott Sadler in the 21, as we're going to try to get around Shane Hall in the 63. But yeah, you know, Dodge, they're trying to get better. They just won the Winston Cup last season. They've won back-to-back Daytona 500s. You know, it's really cool to see how they're bringing in new young talent. And Chevrolet has yet to do that. And I think that's their problem, is they got to get a new crop of drivers in. They got to get some stuff in. You know, RCR ain't, you know, they ain't putting out. DEI, besides Junior, hasn't done anything, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But right now, we're just trying to get around these lap down cars, and as McMurray's got a little damage, but we got a smoker down on the inside. I don't know what just happened there. Yo, what the heck? Okay, looks like, wow, Rusty Wallace. He's got an engine expiring here. Wow. Y'all seen that on the back straightaway. There was smoke on the middle of the back straightaway, and it like disappeared, and the smoke reappeared in 3 and 4. I don't know what happened there, but that's interesting. Meanwhile, we'll get a top 5 update out of this corner. It's Sterling Marlin, Dale Jarrett, and Earnhardt Jr. So as of right now, we're the only driver in contention for the max points day bonus. So if we were able to win this race, we'll come away with max points, and that means that's huge. You know, that's huge. We're trying to run down these top cats. You know, the Gordons, the Jarretts. You know, the Marlins up there in the point standings. So we're going to try to get around Kyle Petty there in the 45. And Jerry Murray's moving up a little bit. He's got a little damage on his Dodge, but he keeps moving up. Whoa, very low entry. Uh-oh. Okay, I was kind of worried there, but Wallace coming down pit road now. Yeah, Wallace is on pit road, so he's going to get a DNF very late in the going. Unfortunate for his championship run. That is not going to help him. Meanwhile, we got Steve Park in the Pennzoil Chevy and the RCR 31. I'm trying to get around both of these cats. Try to see if we can get around them here. Blend. Uh-oh, way too high. It's okay, though. We got enough forward bite to be able to make up that ground we lost, as our tires are very worn. There's a lot of cars up here. I really don't want to have to knife my way through them. So I'm okay just putt-putting for the last 2 laps. Try to keep our car clean and get ready for Pocono, you know. Got to get ready. Go up to Pennsylvania, see how we can get a good run there. As we got some a rookie here, and that's something that's really cool about these old Thunder games is you get to see the rookies come into the sport and actually have their own career. Like the rookies have been, it sounds like I'm saying Wookiees. No, I'm talking rookies have been really out there this season. You know, I've seen some qualify up front very often, and it's really cool. These guys, I mean, this is they're creating a traffic jam, you know. I'm just trying to win this race. There we go. Try to get around them. And we're going to win the New Hampshire 300 here at New Hampshire. Yes! Dominating win. Awesome. Awesome job. You got to do a burnout, man. We got to do a burnout. Another win for Roush Racing. We get it done here at New Hampshire. That's what I'm talking about, man. Kept the car clean. Kept it clean, and guess what? That's another win.
Yeah, there weren't too many.
We're going the victory lane, guys. Look at that. I mean, the car, besides a little dirt on the nose, this thing is practically flawless. I mean, we did not make contact with a single car during that race, so I am very happy about that. We led the most laps, we dominated, and that's another victory in the illustrious career of Jeff Burton. Whew. That was a fun race, man. That really was. Just going out there, you know, leading all those laps. And New Hampshire's, it's one of those tracks where you can be really bad there, or you can be really good there. And I'm just glad we were on the right side of the fence. And we got the W, man. Another win for Roush. Chasing that championship, man. Chasing it. And, hey, we finished ahead of Jarrett, Marlin, Johnson, all these other cats. Let's get a rundown here. So we led 25 laps. And guess what? Sterling Marlin or Dale Jarrett did not lead a single one. So max points day. Margin of victory. 11.5 seconds. Just sheer domination, guys. I'm kind of curious to see how the bottom of the totem pole is. Let's check that out. Let's see. Any big names down here? Bunch of rookies. McMurray way down there. Oh, God. Kurt Busch, our teammate, and Rusty Wallace. Both unfortunate endings here in New Hampshire. So, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And hit that notification bell so you never miss one of my NASCAR videos, vlogs, anything like that. And, of course, NASCAR Thunder 2003. Hope you're having a great one out there, guys. And DIECAST Buffet, signing off.